I created Oil and Water Don't Mix Part 2 from the unused footage from Part 1. Part 1 was for the Loyola School Film Project, which featured the BP oil spill cleanup efforts from my dad Frank Stewart and Mayor Timmy Kerner of Lafitte. Along with really good information about the oil spill cleanup, my dad also gave me a lot of really good dad jokes. My voice isn't in it. My voice is going to get completely edited out.
Well, I want my voice edited out.
No, that makes no sense.
My name is Herschel Walker.
No, it's not.
I played football for Georgia.
No, introduce yourself and what you do, and then I'll get to the other questions. Okay?
My name is Frank Stewart. I am the president of Stewart Consulting Group. We, during BP, were one of the first responders down in Lafitte area, down to Barataria and all the way down almost to Grand Isle. And we made all of the provisions and all of the things necessary to get ourselves ready for when the oil would hit so that we would be able to respond.
How did the oil spill impact your work life and your personal life?
Well, when we first started down there, we were keeping fairly civilized hours. We were not working extended hours. We were probably working 8-9 hours a day. Once we heard the oil was coming, we pretty much went to 12 to 16 hour days. So personal life and life outside of BP for months was non-existent. We were pretty well 24/7 almost, eating, drinking, and sleeping BP oil spill.
Did the oil spill help or hurt your company?
I think it was a great experience for the company. It was a great experience for me personally. I guess we had 4 people down there at one point, and the other company that I was working with had a similar amount of people. Once we got going, we brought that number down a little bit, but it had a good impact. I mean, it kept us all busy, but it kept us all really, really focused. This was not a job like we normally do, or any of us do. This was really a crusade to make sure that we protected the wetlands, that we protected the estuary, that we made sure that if there was a fisherman, a boat, or a crew member that needed work, we put them to work so they wouldn't lose their home, they wouldn't lose their car, they had a way to eat. Even down to the wives we utilized. If a wife wanted to work, we had them preparing the meals to go out, because every day we fed everybody at least 3 meals a day. We had to be concerned with things like heat. It was middle of summer when we were out there, so we had to have tents erected during the early days of the summer so that they could come in and get out of the heat for a while. So when they ate their lunch, they could get under the tent. We had fans down there to keep them from heating up while they were eating and to relax a little bit.
Do you have any interesting or funny stories from the time working there?
We never ran out of a sense of humor. And some of the things, I guess, that we found funny were dangerous. Some of the things we found funny, it was either to laugh and worry about, oh my God. You know, we had people fall overboard accidentally, and they fell over where it was perfectly safe, and we would kid them. We had people that fell over into the oil. That wasn't so funny. But almost every day we had something that happened that we could laugh at and enjoy.
Do you have anything that you think?
Well, to sum it up, I mean, they made a wise choice when they had me down there. It's a shame I couldn't have been every place, because I know I could have done a great job.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. So we'll use that one for sure. Let's talk you up. What was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind was wondering what if we'd have gotten to the hospital immediately instead of 5 days later? What if they would have tested him for leukemia immediately instead of 6 weeks later? What if he'd have been able to get a bone marrow transplant from his own stored bone marrow immediately? And the reason why that haunted me is because I had read in the Times-Picayune that British Petroleum argued in their first settlement that they were going to reserve settlement money for the future cancer cases that would come years later. So if they knew it was going to come, how come we never knew that? When the doctors came and asked us if he'd ever been around chemicals, we both said no, because we never had any idea that his activities were lethal, nor would they cause a problem 8 years later.